Anyway, let's move on, shall we? Because pressure on the Lionesses against the Netherlands following Saturday's limp opening display, which was live here on talkSPORT.
The game is over, and England's title defence begins with a damaging defeat in Zurich, and arguably their worst major tournament display under Serena Wiegmann. France 2, England 1.
For me here, when you're struggling, make the easy pass. Keep it simple, don't overcomplicate it. You can't sulk at international football.
We did have moments the second half. We couldn't harm them that much, and I think when we scored the corner, that helped us, and we tried to force a goal, and I think we were really close.
Serena's subs, Tash, she's got to look at herself, because Serena's subs won us the Euros 3 years ago. You've got two strikers, Beaver Jones and Adjaman, on the bench. Very strange from Serena Wiegmann.
Adrian was a little critical of Serena Wiegmann, gave her a 1 out of 10 rating. Goodness me. Just over 24 hours to go before England's win-or-bust second game against the Netherlands. The Lionesses know that if they lose and France take at least a point against Wales, they'll be out. Of course, Wales can also go out on Wednesday. Joining us now, live from Switzerland, is talkSPORT's chief football anchor, Adrian Durham. Morning, Aid.
Morning, Aid.
Good morning, Andy. Good morning, Jeff. Where it's hammering it down in Zurich, absolutely chucking it down. And I've been listening to the show since the start this morning. I might well be giving you a rating out of 10 by the time 10 o'clock comes around, so be careful.
Right. Have you bumped into Serena since you gave her a 1 out of 10?
No, I haven't. I don't mind. I'm going to be going to the press conference later, and she will see me then. If she's got a problem, she knows she can come and talk to me. But I thought she was lucky to get one, to be honest.
Brilliant. Look, what happens? I think we were totally outplayed by France on the night. In my opinion, Adrian got a lot of things wrong. So what do we do now? Do we have to have wholesale changes?
First of all, they panic a little bit because I went to Toon to watch Spain last night, and they looked absolutely exceptional. I was kind of pitch side, pitch level, and the way they play, it's almost unstoppable. It's mesmerising. If they keep that up through the tournament, there's only going to be one winner. So it might all be academic anyway. Spain are that good. However, with England, they've basically, what the camp has done, they've parked that performance and result against France. They've kind of stopped thinking about it. They did the review of it, and then they've stopped thinking about it, and they've moved on. And I actually sensed a real positivity in the camp. Georgia Stanway spoke yesterday and said that she was feeling like, yes, they've got to go and put it right, but she was feeling very positive that they could go and put it right. Courtney Sweetman-Kirk, our England reporter, spoke to Hannah Hampton. It's a brilliant interview if you get the chance to see it or hear it. And Hannah was also saying that they're very positive about going forward because they know what they need to do. And that's the one thing. A performance and a result like that can actually galvanise a group, and they can suddenly say, hold on a minute, what's going on here? And suddenly they click into gear just when they need to. And I sense that might just happen with England here in Zurich against the Netherlands tomorrow night.
Yeah, for losing the first one, Aid, in any tournament, you lose your first game, you're immediately on the back foot, you're under pressure. What about the opponents they face tomorrow? What about their strengths? How good are the Netherlands?
Well, the Netherlands sort of toiled and sweated and huffed and puffed for 40-odd minutes against Wales in their first game. They eventually got the breakthrough with a bit of magic from one of the legends of the game, Vivianne Miedema, a really beautiful curler. But Wales gave her too much space on the edge of the box. If you know what Miedema's all about, you'll be able to realise that she checks back again. So the smarter defenders who've played against her week in, week out, like the England defenders, they may well be able to counter that. Well, you would hope so anyway. And then the Netherlands took over, won it 3-0 comfortably in the end. They might feel a bit too confident after that result. They might look at England's defeat and think, yeah, this is going to be easy. The reality is that the Netherlands do have threats, that's true, but they're individual threats, like Miedema, Pullover as well. They have some good players, but as a team, this is a team, the Netherlands right now are in a place where England, if they play well, should be beating them. That's the reality. However, England were really bad the other night. If they play like that again, they're actually going to lose, and they're actually going to go out.
I read an article today, Aid, suggesting that Lauren James should start from the bench, that she'd be more impactful coming off the bench. What do you think?
Yeah, I can see the logic behind that, and I'm intrigued. It's one of the most fascinating things about tomorrow night. The changes, if any, that Sarina Wiegman makes, it could affect her mark out of 10. But Lauren James is brilliant. With the ball at her feet, she petrified France in the first 20 minutes. And I'm not joking there. She had a really good chance to score, should have scored, but maybe the fact that she's been injured, hasn't had game time, that was the reason why she didn't slot it home like she normally would. She also created a chance with a brilliant cross into the box, but players were on their heels in the box, didn't react to it, and it was really frustrating. So there were two really clear-cut chances that England had early on in the game. Take either one or both of those, and it's a different story, and France have a different challenge, and England have a different game plan. So that was a frustrating part of it. So Lauren James has her qualities, but she really ran out of steam, and also without the ball there's a question mark about her defensive qualities, and there's a debate about whether she has those defensive qualities that you need if you're playing against a decent side. So I think there would be an option. I can see the logic in bringing Ella Toone back in, who's been in good goal scoring form but is also incredibly hard working. Changes at the back I think are an absolute necessity, but you know what, she might just give those players, that back four, the chance to redeem themselves, saying to them, listen, you were terrible the other night, go out and prove just how good you are. That might be her managerial style to do that. So I think it's fascinating. The team selection is going to be all interesting tomorrow evening, and we've got it live on talkSPORT, of course.
Should the worst happen, Aidan, England go out, what would the talk be surrounding Sarina Wiegman? Would she still be safe in her job?
It's an interesting one, that, Jeff, because Mark Bullingham, the FA chief exec, came out and said before the tournament she's safe, she's going nowhere, no matter what happens. But no way could he possibly have thought in his head that they would be out after 2 games, if indeed that happens. So that worst case scenario, they lose tomorrow and effectively they're out by full time in the Wales game in the evening after the England game. They could well actually mathematically be out, probably will be. So I think that there's a debate that has to be had, and I think that what they do is they give her the World Cup and say to her, look, let's see how it goes in that. If it's another disaster, it proves you've kind of run out of steam. You've taken this team as far as you can. What she hasn't done, Sarina Wiegman, is she's not regenerated the team. There's some really good young players. Maya Letitia is a great example. Tash Dowie spoke to Maya Letitia at training the other day, a really good interview again, where she was saying, yeah, I am a centre-back for Manchester United, and she's been brilliant in the WSL for Man United. One of the best, certainly one of the best English centre-backs in the WSL last season. And yet Sarina has openly said that she sees her as a right-back. Now, Maya says openly, I'm a centre-back. The manager says she's a right-back. It's really weird. I don't understand that situation. So does she really fully understand the player? There's other players as well, Grace Clinton, Jess Park. These players should have more caps under their name, but they haven't been given that game time by Sarina, who's stuck with the Euro winners. You kind of understand why there's a loyalty there. They won the European Championships. That can never be taken away from them. They're legends. But these young players are really good. Grace Clinton in particular, a very, very good player who should have been given more game time and probably should be starting at these Euros.
Aid, let's hope they put things right on Wednesday. Thanks very much indeed.
Great stuff, Aid.
By the way, 9 out of 10 so far, both of you. Cheers.
Thank you, mate. Don't forget, by the way, coverage of England against the Netherlands begins at 4 tomorrow afternoon on talkSPORT. Kick-off at 5. You can have your say straight after the final whistle as well, by the way, with Darren Benton, the former Lioness Jordan Nobbs on the full-time phone-in.